Have you ever felt like life is crushing you, like no matter how hard you try, the world just keeps throwing challenges your way? Maybe you lost your job, maybe you lost a loved one. Maybe you feel stuck, like nothing will ever change. If you feel that way, let me tell you something. You are not alone, and today, I'm going to show you how to build an unshakable mindset, not just to survive, but to rise. Because let me tell you something. Every single person you admire, every success story you've ever heard, every warrior who has overcome impossible odds, they were once standing exactly where you are now. They felt lost. They felt broken. But do you know what made the difference? They made a choice. They chose to keep going. They chose to see their pain as fuel, their failures as lessons, their struggles as stepping stones to something greater. And today, you are going to learn how to do the same, because right now, you have two choices. You can let life break you, or you can stand up, wipe away the doubt, and declare that this, right here, right now, is where everything changes. This is your moment, your turning point. The moment where you stop surviving and start conquering. So let's talk about how you can develop a mind so powerful that nothing, absolutely nothing, can break you. The first step to a strong mindset is controlling your perspective. Think about it when facing adversity. Do you see a dead end or a challenge? Strong people don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" They ask, "What can I learn from this?" Think about Thomas Edison. He failed over 10,000 times before inventing the light bulb. 10,000 times, most people would have given up. But when asked about those failures, do you know what he said? He didn't say, "I failed." He said, "I have just found 10,000 ways that don't work." The way you perceive failure determines your destiny. If you believe failure is the end, then it will be. But if you see it as a lesson, every obstacle will become an opportunity for growth. Starting today, replace every "I can't" with "I will find a way." Because trust me, there is always a way. Did you know that Oprah Winfrey was fired from her first television job? Because they said she wasn't fit for TV, but she didn't let that define her. She turned rejection into motivation and built a career that changed millions of lives. Your failures are not the end of your story. They are just the beginning of something greater. And the same applies to you. Every challenge you face is not an ending. It's a stepping stone, but the real question is, are you ready to embrace it with a strong mindset? Are you ready to turn every failure into a lesson? Every difficulty into an opportunity? Every "I can't" into "I will find a way"? If you are ready, then nothing can stop you. Pain is inevitable, but suffering, that is a choice. Think about it. Strong people don't suppress their emotions. They don't pretend they don't exist. No, they acknowledge them. But they refuse to let emotions dictate their lives. Let me share with you a powerful story. A story of unimaginable suffering and unshakable resilience. Viktor Frankl was a psychologist who endured the horrors of the Holocaust. He lost everything: his family, his home, his freedom. But he discovered something life-changing. He realized that while he could not control his circumstances, he could always control his response. Instead of letting his pain break him, he chose to find meaning in it. He later wrote Man's Search for Meaning, one of the most profound books ever written on mental resilience. What's the lesson here? No matter how dark life gets, you have the power to choose how you respond. So when life knocks you down, don't just ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Instead, ask, "What meaning can I find in this moment?" Because the moment you shift your perspective, everything shifts with it. Let's talk about another incredible story. J.K. Rowling. Before she became the world-renowned author of Harry Potter, she faced relentless rejection. 12 publishers turned her down. She was a single mother, struggling just to get by. But she refused to let failure define her. She held on to her dream, kept pushing forward, and today, she is one of the most successful authors in history. Your struggles don't make you weak. They make you stronger, they shape you, they prepare you for greatness. So the next time you face failure, rejection, or heartbreak, remember this: it's not the end of your story. It's just the beginning of your comeback. Because resilience isn't about avoiding pain, it's about rising above it. Think about the most successful people in the world: athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, scientists. What do they all have in common? It's not just talent. It's not just intelligence. It's resilience. It's the ability to take failure and turn it into fuel. Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player of all time, was cut from his high school team. Imagine that. Instead of giving up, he used that rejection to push himself harder. He became a legend because he refused to let failure define him. What about Thomas Edison? He failed over 10,000 times before he invented the light bulb. But when asked about his failures, he simply said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That is the power of perspective. So I ask you, how do you see your setbacks? Are they the end, or are they the beginning of something greater? Everyone in this room has faced hardship. Maybe you've lost someone. Maybe you've failed at something you worked so hard for. Maybe you feel like you're stuck. But here's the truth: pain is not your enemy. Pain is your teacher. Every struggle, every heartbreak, every failure, it's shaping you, strengthening you, preparing you for the next level. Oprah Winfrey was fired from her first TV job. Steve Jobs was kicked out of his own company. These people didn't let failure define them. They let it drive them, and so can you. So the next time life knocks you down, don't ask why me. Ask, what is this teaching me? Because the truth is, your greatest challenges will one day become your greatest strengths. Mental strength is not just about thinking differently, it's about acting differently. Because at the end of the day, your thoughts mean nothing without action. You can read every book, watch every motivational video, and take every course. But if you don't do something, nothing changes. So here are 3 things you need to start doing today to become unbreakable. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Your body is the engine of your mind. If you don't move, you rust. If you don't use your energy, you lose it. Exercise isn't just about looking good, it's about feeling unstoppable. It's about changing the chemistry of your brain, boosting dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins. These chemicals are the fuel of motivation. Ever noticed how your best ideas come when you're walking, running, or simply stretching? Movement clears mental fog, crushes stress, and gives you the power to take on the world. So don't wait for motivation to start moving. Move, and motivation will follow. Your mind is a garden. Whatever you plant grows. Plant weeds and your life fills with negativity. Plant seeds of greatness and you thrive. Who are you listening to? The news, social media, the people who complain about everything. Cut out the toxic noise. Protect your mental space like a lion guarding its territory. Instead, surround yourself with voices that lift you up. Listen to stories of resilience. Read books that sharpen your mind. Follow people who push you forward. Because if you want to achieve great things, you need to feed your mind with greatness. We often think success is about massive breakthroughs. But in reality, it's about small wins stacked over time. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build, and the way to build it, take action. Even the smallest action, 1 push-up, 1 page read, 1 phone call made, just 1 step forward. Every time you take a step, you prove to yourself that you can. You build momentum, you build resilience. And one day, you look back and realize you've transformed. Because when you stack small steps, one day you'll look back and realize you did it. Let me tell you a story of a man who stood on the brink of disaster. Elon Musk was drowning in failure. Tesla was collapsing. SpaceX had 3 rocket explosions in a row. He was out of money, ridiculed by the media, and even his closest advisors doubted him. But he didn't stop. He didn't give up. He took 1 more step. He risked his last dollar on a 4th rocket launch. And that one launch changed everything. It worked. NASA took notice, investors returned, and today, he's leading the world in space exploration, electric vehicles, and AI innovation. What if he had quit? What if he had let fear dictate his actions? You don't need to have it all figured out today. You just need to take one step forward. This is your moment. Not next year, not someday, right now. Move your body, protect your mind, stack small wins, take action. Because greatness is built in the moments when you decide to move forward. And when you do, the world won't just see you as another person. They will see you as unbreaker. Listen closely, life will test you. Storms will come, obstacles will rise, but so will your strength. The only thing standing between you and your most powerful self is the decision to keep moving forward. Right now, in this moment, you have a choice. Will you let life break you, or will you stand tall, unshaken, and rise even stronger? Because let me tell you something, your greatest self is not a distant dream. It's within you, waiting on the other side of this challenge. And the only way to meet that version of you is to refuse to give up. You have come too far, you have fought too hard. And if you keep pushing, if you refuse to quit, you will make it. Now is your moment, seize it. Take control of your life, step into your power, and show the world the unstoppable force that you truly are.